It's What I'm Loving Wednesday, the day of the week that I share 3 products that I am loving and using, can't stop talking about. We're going to start with this children's book that Mark Batterson wrote with his daughter. He sent it to me. I started reading it to Kirsten, and she has since requested it over and over and over again, and we pretty much now read it every single night before she goes to bed. So I kind of have it memorized. I love that it's colorful, it's engaging, it tells the story of a little boy who is having the worst day ever, as he titles it, and then it talks about how he processes his big feelings with his dad. And so it's just a really great book for acknowledging that you have bad days, you have hard days, but what do you do? It talks about how a bad day doesn't have to stay that way. And so how do you turn the day around? How do you win the day? And it's practical for us adults as well. And one thing I did want to mention is that it is written by Mark Batterson, who is a Christian author. It does not have Christian themes in it, as in it doesn't talk about Jesus or God. It has Christian undertones, but I think it's written for a more broader audience. I would have loved for it to weave in a little bit of that, but I thought that it had a lot of really valuable and helpful just encouragement as we walk our kids through their big feelings. Next up, this blazer. I got this from Amazon and I love it. Show you what it looks like on me. See if I can pull the camera back so you can see better. It is not only very comfortable, but also it holds up really, really well. I flew to an event, so it was in one day, so I wore it all day long on multiple flights to the interview. I was outside, inside, and it looked great that entire day. So I love that. It doesn't get wrinkled easily. Also, they have it in multiple different colors. So I'll link it below if you're interested in checking it out. Once again, it came from Amazon, and I don't usually wear it with this kind of, but you could wear it with a casual shirt, or you can wear it with a dressier shirt, and it just can dress up an outfit that was casual. It makes it look more businessy. And finally, I saved the best for last. I just finished this book, Salt to the Sea. Not even sure how you pronounce the author's name. If you know, let me know, because I need to go look that up. But this is a story of something during World War II that I was not familiar with. And I have read a lot of World War II books, and a YA book. So you can see there's lots of space. It looks like a great big book, but then when you actually look inside, there's a lot of white space in it. So you can read it pretty quickly. It is fascinating. It takes a little while to get into. I would say give it like 10 or 20 pages till you kind of figure out, because it's multiple people sharing stories. And so kind of once you get into it and figure out who is who, then it is a lot easier to follow. But I gave it 5 stars, which is the first time this year I believe I've given a book 5 stars, and that was just because I was so engaged by it. And also, I am doing a book club with our older 3 kids this year. We each picked a book for the book club, and so this was my book pick because I asked on Instagram. I'm The Money Saving Mom on Instagram. I asked on there, and this one was the one that kept getting recommended. I was so excited because my kids also thought it was a really great book, and in fact, they read it before me and they kept being like, Mom, have you finished the book? We got to talk about it. Have you finished the book? I loved that they were excited about my pick. One more thing I wanted to mention is that it is a very clean book. It alludes to some things, but there's nothing graphic in it, which to me is important, and there's not a lot of language. I appreciated that it told the story really well, and a story that was intense and suspenseful, but could do without it having a lot of graphic stuff in it. So again, Salt to the Sea, the best, worst day ever, and this blazer right here, and I will link to all of that right below.